Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
Something funny happened last night.
Well, not funny, ha, but funny like, isn't that ironic?
Funny in face palming. Funny that remember Slave One, Boba Fett's classic Star Wars ship.
One of the most iconic ships from Star Wars after like the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, look at this. Slave One. They've been calling it Slave One since the 1980s. Yeah, well, Disney apparently is distancing themselves from Slave One, and they will be calling it Boba Fett's Starship trademark going forward, at least in Lego sets. We don't know if this is across the board or what the deal is, and they did not make an announcement about it because why would they? Because they know that Star Wars fans would completely go bonkers. So we're gonna talk about that. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 202,000 subs. Thank you for the support. We do not talk about Star Wars as much as we used to because, frankly, I'm bored and most of the news is bad. But this is interesting. This came up. Had somebody send this to me last night. A hat tip to CCG. It actually came up on Jedi News. They had talked to the Lego Star Wars design director and the Star Wars lead designer at an event, Lego Fan Media Days.
Okay.
And so they were unveiling the new version of Slave One from The Mandalorian.
Did they notice it, or did the guy mention it?
Oh, they thought mentioned it. They said, yeah, here's the next one, also from The Mandalorian. This is Boba Fett's Starship. And Michael says, yes, I built another one. We're not calling it Slave One anymore. This is Boba Fett's Starship.
And that would be a decision by Lucasfilm Disney because they're the ones who trademarked the name.
They said that, yeah. They said, James is like, okay, why are we dropping the Slave One name? And one of the designers says, everybody is. It's probably not something which has been announced publicly, but it's just something that Disney doesn't want to use anymore.
So everyone being all the toy companies involved, is that what they're meaning?
Probably, yeah.
They're going to go with Boba Fett's Starship, but they're not going to give it a name. They could have called it S1 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, oh God. Okay, so what's going on here?
The Book of Boba Fett, they're going to rename it?
I don't know. I mean, they could do that. Technically, they could do that. What is going on is because of BLM last year and after George Floyd, there were a lot of calls to end using the terms master and slave in the tech world, right?
Well, I was going to say that, but what about all the Jedis and their names are master?
Oh, look for that to change.
I'm just like, because it's master and apprentice, which is, age is old, you train to be a master at something. Are they going to start saying that you can't say that anymore? Like you're no longer Master Yoda, even though all the dialogue's in there and they could not possibly change everything in the books and in the movies.
Yeah.
Are they going to allow that to stay?
Don't ask questions, just consume product.
Yeah.
Move on to the next product. Yeah, so this conversation came up last year in the tech world, and I think some people were joking about it. They're like, watch Disney get rid of the name of Slave One. We already know that they don't have Slave Leia anymore. Now, they never actually called her Slave Leia.
Yeah, that was more,
colloquial term.
Yeah, that wasn't.
It was always like Princess Leia as Jabba's prisoner, but now they're calling her Hutt Slayer Leia.
Well, technically, they're not wrong.
Technically, they're not wrong.
I mean, if you're badass enough to wear a metal bikini, the Hutt Slayer makes sense.
I don't think I'd have to check because I haven't collected Star Wars figures in so long, but I think they stopped making any version of Hutt Slayer Leia as toys in 2015 because I remember there was a bunch of faux outrage.
It was kind of weird though. I mean, I don't see many children running around going, "Oh my God, I can't wait to get Leia in the outfit where she's wearing the metal bikini." I just don't see a huge demand for it by most children that are playing with toys. Adult collectors, hell yeah, but kids. Again, like I always felt that, she was badass because I'm like, not only did she kill him, but she killed him for making her wear that awful metal bikini. How a lot of women would have killed him for making them wear that awful metal bikini.
Well, that was the point.
Can't be comfortable.
Yeah, I know, right? That was the point. It was supposed to be degrading. She was supposed to be degraded.
Right. You think underwire's bad? That bikini says, hold my boobs. Here you go.
Well, actually, they didn't hold her boobs.
No, she kept joking that she kept popping out. They had to say, cut. Carrie popped out again or whatever.
Carrie popped out again. Yeah, so this is probably, again, more of Disney's diversity and inclusion stuff. They have to drop Slave One. Now, what we don't know is whether or not this is just for toy lines, because we've seen this with DC Comics. Like, they have a Killer Croc toy, but they just call him K-Croc. Mm-hmm. They don't call him Killer Croc because no parent wants to buy a Killer Croc toy for their kids. It might be that they're preemptively trying to be like, oh my God, people are going to be mad if we have a toy called Slave One in this climate. But I'm going to be honest, I don't think it's the case.
Well, look, given the fact he said everyone is, I think that we're going to see all the toys. And now we have the Book of Boba Fett coming out.
Yeah.
So that's why there's going to be all this push for Boba Fett toys. And so I'm like, so is this like preemptively, we're seeing this because, they have Boba Fett and the Mandalorian in this set because it's from the Mandalorian, yeah. I'm taking it. So we have the Book of Boba Fett. They're already 100% already in production on those toys right now.
Yep.
So if this is the mandate, I'm just telling you this is what's going to happen. They're not. They everyone trademarked it. You can't get a trademark through very quickly. Even Disney takes a little bit of time. So Boba Fett Starship trademark means they've been planning this for a while, and that's exactly what they're going to call it from now on. I mean, I would have called it S1 or something like that. So at least you're kind of keeping it.
Yeah. So I mean, they could concoct a story reason for the name change. It could be like, well, I'm not such a bad guy now, so I'm going to call it the Freedom Fighter.
Oh my God.
Bullshit.
This is actually when he was. This is actually when he was kind of, I don't know.
Well, I guess they were. Now, I'm sure somebody's going to correct me in the comments because I'm not going to Google it right now. We're just, reading the article here. But I guess the slave ships were actually slave transport ships, and Slave One was one of like 5.
Yeah, I think that was something like that. But I mean, I guess but why not change it on the box? Why call it? Why trademark Boba Fett Starship? If you're going to change the name, you think they'd already changed the name. But so now I wonder. We have to go look at some point and see if there's any other trademarks from Disney that sound like it could be a ship name.
I actually did look.
Oh, did you?
I looked last night, and they haven't gotten this one through yet. I don't even think they filed it yet, because you can put a trademark after something as sort of like peeing on it. But they do have the Book of Boba Fett. They have multiple trademarks, and they have Boba Fett multiple trademarks. So they're probably going to do it. But yeah, this could just be a placeholder until they have a more official name for it.
Yeah, they're going to change the name, guys.
No doubt. And it's reaction to this climate, this political climate. This is what Star Wars is. And are you surprised? I'm not even surprised. I can't even get mad about this stuff anymore because none of it is shocking. Mm-mm. We know it's like Disney, whatever they're going to chase whatever is current year right now. They're so afraid of looking bad. They're so afraid of pushback. Even though weirdly enough, they had a black kid playing with Slave One in this commercial, which I thought was kind of,
Oh yeah, but aren't you more impressed with the fact that they had diversity even then? And they didn't. I thought they just invented it like 5 years ago.
In 1981.
Because I thought that they just invented diversity. Just ask Twitter.
And they actually had girls playing with Star Wars figures in some of those old commercials too.
Mm-hmm. This girl played with Star Wars figures.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I love it. I love how they always sit there and try to tell you that. Oh no, it's just been a recent thing because they've been kept down for decades. It's like bullshit. But yeah, this is not surprising to me because don't you know that because of the current climate that slavery never existed anywhere and it never can exist in any fantasy world or anything like that either, because they decided it was bad even though it's still going on to this day.
Even though George Lucas, who at the time I believe was married to a black lady, called Disney white slavers. Mm-hmm. Oopsie doopsie.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And how are they going to handle Anakin's story? Anakin was a slave. Well,
they'll find a way to change it because,
Oh my God, because people were talking about this time travel thing where they're like, oh, they'll retcon the sequels with time travel. I'm like, oh, watch them retcon the original trilogy with time travel.
They want to lose money. Ironically, I was going to say this is kind of tied into that, but not related. There's a new rumor now that we already know Hayden Christensen's going to be in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Yep. And now there's a new rumor that he's in talks to have a Darth Vader show too that would take place after the Obi-Wan Kenobi series before the classic trilogy.
Like him hunting down the Jedi?
Something like that.
I would actually watch that.
I'd watch it too. But what I noticed is, what shows are they doing? Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi, possibly
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
Where's Ray? Where's my Raylo series?
Oh, they've been yelling about that.
She was on the desert planet in Jakku for years. I really want to know her day-to-day
Her
adventures.
day-to-day was the same thing you saw.
Making magic muffins, cleaning scrap. That would make a great show.
Honestly, I would not pay to see that.
Nobody would.
A lot of people don't pay to see these either. That's why they pirate things. So
Yeah.
which I don't agree with. But people do it all the time.
There is that. So there we go, guys. Slave 1, apparently no more. Look for Disney to keep tweaking things in Star Wars to be current year and trendy, because that's what they do. That's what they do over there. We're going to wrap it up?
Yep.
All right, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.